Alright, so for number 9, so this is a just graphing an inequality. You know it's an inequality because you see the greater than symbol there, so we know it's not just going to be a line. We're going to have to do some shading. Problem is it's not in slope-intercept form, right? So if top right corner, here's our slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So I need that over there to look like this before I can graph it using slope-intercept form. Well, I want to get the y by itself, so the first thing that I would do is get rid of the x, because the x is on the wrong side. You notice that the x is over here on the right side, or it should be, right? Currently it's on the left side, so I need to move that. How we move anything in algebra is we do the opposite. So the opposite of a positive 3x would be to subtract 3x. And then I'm going to bring that down. And these aren't like terms, right? So don't try to say negative 7 or something like that. This is an x, that's a number, so you cannot combine those. So I would write negative 3x minus 4. You might wonder, why did I write it in that order? Why not negative 4 minus 3x? Well, because in slope-intercept form, the x goes in the middle, the constant, the number that's by itself, goes at the end. Now, y is still not quite by itself. I would have to divide both sides by negative 2. And is that kind of golden rule, what you do to one, you got to do to everybody. So we'd have to divide everything by negative 2. The two negatives, right, two negatives make a positive, so that would be a positive 3 over 2x. Again, two negatives would also make a positive there. And then we divided by a negative here, so since we divided by a negative, we're going to have to switch that inequality symbol. So notice what happened there is that it was a greater than, but because we divided by a negative, we had to switch. So we have to switch the inequality symbol there. So we'll say switch the symbol. And again, you're not always switching, just when you multiply or divide by a negative. So this is what we need to graph, so let's graph it. So we have a y-intercept of 2, right? Our y-intercept is our starting point, and then starting always on the y, so we're going to start at 2. And then the slope tells us to go up or down. Up in this case, since it's positive, up 3, 1, 2, 3. Number on the bottom tells you how many to the right. So this is going to tell us that we need to go up 3 and then right 2. So from there, I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 2, 1, 2. Now if this were a line, I would just go ahead and connect the two dots. I'd be done. But this is an inequality, so what I have to decide is it going to be solid or broken. There is no line underneath it, so it is not an or equals to, so we're not including the values on the line. So what that would be would just be a broken dash dotted, however you want to say that. That symbol says less than, so less than means that you shade below, so we're going to shade everything below. For a lot of students, they get confused as far as which way do I shade? Do I shade above? Do I shade below? Well, let's think about it, right? So, and I think of this as a mountain, because I think of slope as a hill, right? So this mountain's going uphill because we have a positive slope. And then if I said, well, where's everything below where this guy is? Well, below, right, less than, everything below would be below his feet. So that's how I know to shade to the bottom. If it was greater than, I'd have been shading everything above his head. How did I know that that was a less than? Well, remember that the less than symbol looks like an L, right? So there's your less than symbol, and it looks like an L. So L for less than. And then if you want to use your imagination here a little bit, obviously by process and elimination, that's greater than. But if you wanted to kind of play the same trick, you could turn that into a G for greater than, right? Alright, so go ahead and pause now and try 9.2 and 9.3. Alright, so for 9.2, should we have y greater than or equal to 2/5 x plus 4? Should get a picture that looks like that, solid line shaded above. And for 9.3, y less than 4/3 x plus 4, a broken line shaded below. Alright, so that finishes up number 9.